Did this signal the end of Joga Bonito? Did this signal the end of Joga Bonito? Does this signal the end of Joga Bonito? Joga Bonito, play beautiful, something wingers of the past epitomised. And today? Can we say that's still true? Once emblems of flair and skill, today they're merely output machines, mainly to keep up with the standards of these two. But does this change signal the end of Joga Bonito as we once knew it? Football used to be an art form, and it was that art that made a lot of us fall in love with the game. The soul of the game was captured by flair, creativity, and a simple philosophy. Joga Bonito, play beautifully. But now we've reached this point of woke football, efficiency football, football in the mid-20s, which seems to have killed the spirit of the game for most. But how did this happen? Joga Bonito wasn't just a style of football, it was a philosophy. Born in the favelas of Brazil, it represented joy, spontaneity and freedom. Football was played with a smile, where the focus was on skill, flair and entertainment for the fans. Legends like Ronaldinho, Ronaldo Nazario and Robinho embodied this spirit. These players didn't just play to win, they played to express themselves. It was about creating magic, moments of beauty that left fans like little me in awe, because football then was pure cinema. At the peak of Joga Bonito's influence came Joga TV, a groundbreaking internet series launched by Nike in the 2000s. It became a platform that celebrated and broadcasted the essence of beautiful football to millions. Hosted by the iconic Eric Cantona, the show highlighted players like Ronaldinho, Cristiano Ronaldo, and even rising stars like Wayne Rooney. It was raw, unfiltered football, captured in its most artistic form. Joga TV wasn't just about skill though, it was about the culture of football at the time. Eric Cantona, a rebel of the game, embodied the philosophy of freedom, artistry and joy that defined Joga Bonito. The series featured freestyle football, street matches and showing off their best moves without restrictions of modern tactics and corporate pressure. In essence, the rawness of the streets, something so far from the modern game currently. As Joga TV faded, a new era was rising. An era some call woke football, with the emphasis shifting from artistry on the pitch to activism off the pitch. While it is essential to raise awareness of these causes, the pure joy of football, the freedom to express yourself on the pitch, began to feel secondary. The spontaneity and flair that defined Joga Bonito was also stifled by a more controlled and risk-adverse approach. Respect replaced creativity.
Don't even look at the opposition. You're going to battle against them.
Hasn't the game changed?
No, the game hasn't changed that much. The players have changed. The players have changed.
The don't embarrass the opponent culture was growing, and with it, the magic of free-flowing football was dying. As woke culture spread through the game, individuality was pushed aside in favour of tactical discipline. Players who once had the freedom to express themselves were now criticised for being too flashy.
Neymar would never do that.
Neymar was one of the last ambassadors of Joga Bonito, and has almost been vilified for his tricks and flicks, which Joga TV and Cantona would have celebrated 20 years ago. But in this new football world, artistry is often punished, coaches are more focused on winning through tactical precision than letting players like Neymar and Ronaldinho light up the pitch with their creativity. Despite the excitement of the hundreds and hundreds of goals that Messi and Ronaldo were scoring around this era, football began to feel more boring. The demise of Joga TV and the Joga Bonito philosophy also coincided with football becoming a business, a global multi-billion-dollar industry. The focus shifted from the beauty of the game to maximising profits. Brands, investors and sponsors dictated how the game should be played and presented. Corporate interests turned football into a more sanitised, predictable product. Free-flowing, joyful play gave way to efficiency and control. Flair was seen as a risk, and risks were something that sponsors definitely didn't like. Instead of letting players express themselves, coaches and clubs became more focused on maintaining control over every aspect of the game. We can see this very clearly in Pep and Arteta's style, where teams look to suffocate opponents through 11 men rather than individual performances that could win you games. Then came VAR. video assistant referees, which were meant to make the game more fair. But instead of enhancing football, VAR has taken away the spontaneity of the game. Those magical moments that we once saw on Joga TV are now subject to endless reviews. Joga Bonito thrived in imperfection, those instinctive moves that couldn't be planned or controlled. But today's football scrutinises every moment, removing the unpredictability that once made the game so exciting. The end of Joga TV wasn't just the end of a show, it was the end of an era. The era when football was about joy, creativity and self-expression. An era when players could showcase their flair without fear of being criticised or fouled off the pitch. Joga Bonito may not be entirely dead, but it's definitely on life support. The spirit that Joga TV celebrated is fading away in a world where football is more about control than creativity. The death of the 10 coincides with this whole conversation where that creativity and flair, that specific position that so many icons played in we once knew, has quite literally been strangled out of the game. Unless the game reconnects with its roots, its joy and artistry may never be seen again and might not be as beautiful as it ever was. Now, you might disagree with this. There are elements of today's game which of course are beautiful, but it's still those elements of unpredictability and giant killings in games that we love so much, and those are becoming far and few between. But there is life in it yet. It's not completely gone, and there are players from the next generation who look like they have the potential to bring it back. So has woke football killed Joga Bonito? Or can we still bring back the beautiful game? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe because I'm trying to put more of these video essays out. I love doing them. It just takes a little bit longer to produce them. Of course, we'll still have the time-based prediction videos more regularly. So yeah, stay tuned and thanks for watching. Peace.